In a seemingly calm Kabul, fear runs deep. Hidden away behind the bustle, people who worked with foreign governments, left in an Afghanistan now ruled by men who were the enemy. A translator who used to work with US troops. It's not safe to go to his home, so we're meeting at a secure location. Photos and papers from his time on the front line. Being found with them could put him in danger. He's moving from one province to another, hiding from the Taliban, who he once helped kill.
I was in combat, standing shoulder to shoulder with American soldiers at every step. I saved lives in many ways, but in the end, they forgot me. If I had known this is how I would be left, I would never have chosen to work with them.
It's not just those in combat roles. This man worked to implement UK and US development projects in Afghanistan. A senior advisor, he'd faced death threats even before the Taliban takeover. In the past year, he's received multiple such summons from the group's interior ministry.
I have moved 7 times since last year. I'm suffering from stress and depression. I don't sleep. I don't allow my children to go to school in case they are recognized. I facilitated the UK and the US to work in the country. And now there is no place where I can live with safety and dignity.
He'd been called by UK officials to the airport during this chaos that followed the Taliban's takeover. Amid the tens of thousands desperate to flee, many who should have been evacuated didn't make it through. When the Taliban walked into Kabul, foreign militaries and diplomats moved into this airport complex overnight. They hadn't expected it to happen so quickly, and so perhaps it was understandable that they couldn't have evacuated everyone who worked with them then. But now it's been 1 year, and people here are asking if Western governments will honour the commitments they've made and how long it will take. This British Council teacher is one of more than 100 stuck in Afghanistan. He showed us documents that could be a lifeline or a death warrant. Proof that he taught the English language and UK values. 2 weeks ago, he was detained by the Taliban, accused of spying for the UK. Released because they didn't find the papers.
I don't think it's over. They are keeping an eye on me. We taught UK values of equality, diversity, and inclusion. According to the Taliban, that's unlawful and not Islamic. They think we are criminals and should be punished. I think the UK will only act if one of us dies. Sooner or later, that's going to happen.
Many of his colleagues are women. In the past year, the most significant change in Afghanistan has been the clampdown on female freedoms. Independent women who had jobs face a dark future. For 2 years, she worked for the British Council. Now her family's finding it hard to get by.
Sometimes I think I'm losing my mind. It's the worst feeling when you are just trying to find a way to survive every day. The UK has made us feel like we are dispensable. We work for their goals and aims, but when we needed them, they left us.
The UK and US governments say they're trying to respond as quickly as they can. At stake is the reputation of the Western world, already diminished by the rise of the Taliban. Yogita Limaye, BBC News, Kabul.